Hey, I just wanted to stop and put an update that I'm no longer carrying this Jack and Chris pouch that I carried for approximately 3 months, and it has worked out really well. I am now carrying something that fits inside my pocket, this rock tool. I'll talk more about that at the Carry Chronicles on Tuesday. Welcome. This is Haku EDC, and as I stated, I'm no longer carrying this Jack and Chris pouch. I originally purchased it for $6. Now it's $12 on Amazon. It has worked well for approximately 3 months of time. When I originally got it, it had this little filament here. I don't know if you can make it out. It's still there. It hasn't broken off, so it's lasted a while. What I've done is that I've decided to make it into a tool pouch. So this is a micro tool pouch. Let me know what you think about this tool pouch in the comments. Let's start off and I'll tell you what's in this particular tool pouch. Ooh, cameras. I've got a flashlight. I like this flashlight because I can turn it on and it'll beam the whole way around. So if I'm someplace dark underneath something, I can use this. I have a pen like I usually have. I also have this Nextool Mini flagship, and I have a question about this. Is this the right thing for this particular pouch? I have some other options here, and I want to talk about those before we finish up. I have these little sockets. They aren't mini sockets, and they go from 5 to 13, as you can tell. And I would not use them on anything like an impact drill, but they do work really well, and I'll show you how they work. This is a ratchet. They're generally $3 at Harbor Freight. The nice thing about these ratchets is that they do make really good work of things. On one side, you can put in a bit, and on the other side, when you pull this out, it is pretty hard to pull out, but I'll do it in 1 second here. If you pull this out, it will come out. On this end here, you have where you can put in the ratchet. So you would do that, then you would just get the little socket. I'm just gonna use this to make it easier to pull out there. And then you can put the socket in here, and then you have a nice little socket. The other side is for your little bits. So inside here, what I have is, I like to have some wet ones to clean off something if I'm gonna use it. This is something to measure. It goes about 60 inches. The nice thing about it is it does lock. It's not so that you can lock it and then roll it back in. And 60 inches is usually enough for me to get something measured and done. I have some zip ties, and I have some rubber bands. I like to use rubber bands to hold stuff in case I need to hold it. Now, I have this level is also magnetic. And the nice thing about having a magnetic level is you're gonna help a friend, which I've done, put in monitors inside their homes or TVs on stands or frames. Then you can put this down to make sure that you have it level. So that's why I love to do that. This is a little quarter adapter, and actually I have a smaller one, but I decided to use this one instead in case I wanted to use this on here, and then I wanted to use one of these sockets. I could do that, and I can ratchet one way or the other way with it. So that's what that's why I have that extra one here versus using a small one. This is in case I need to get a little further away. Then I tend to use these or the Steinwell double-sided bits. They're pretty much comes in all the ones that you need to have. And with that, I usually use here we go. I use the bit holder here, and I put those inside the bit holder. Just take this out as an example. Put this inside the bit holder there. And then I can either turn it normally, or I can come back and put this in, and then I can ratchet in case I need to do that. And it works really well. Once again, think about some small things that don't need a lot of stress put on them or a lot of torque, and then you can use these bits really, really well. I think of things like drones, putting up TV sets, Or I actually use these to put in my wireless door handles and knobs. I also have just a little bit, and I've actually used, and that's how come it's a little smaller, but I have some black duct tape here, and I need to put a little more on there. I usually don't carry a lot. I usually carry what amounts around 2.5 to 3 feet. I think I have about 1.5 feet left here. And then this is some amalgamated tape here, in case I need to do something that's related to like plumbing. Of course, I have my Post-it notes. These are typically, these right here have a little squares in them, and so I like that because in case I need to write something down size-wise, I can go there, down 4 by 6 by 2 or something like that. Then I can use the back of it and then just put it up on a wall or on a ledge of some kind. I will remember that. Also have a couple things of super glue, and these are things that I got for, I mean, they're like 10, generally a couple dollars at Harbor Freight. So I got a bunch of these. I tend to like these a little bit more than I like the glue sticks, but I felt like that I always have something to melt them with. When I used lighter, there'd be charcoal. And so with these, I can just put this around and use those. And that's pretty much what I have here. Now, I can put everything back in here without any issue or problem. I said one of my questions was that you can help me with is that right now I'm using this multi-tool. What I need it for is I need something that has simple pliers, but also has some scissors with it. It needs to be fairly inexpensive, fairly small to fit inside of the pouch. It can either fit inside the pouch. Right now, this is outside of the pouch in here. That's what I'm really looking for. Something that will do that. My current options, as I'm thinking about it, or for those, is to have like these kind of vice grip things, and I can put those in there also. But once again, I still would need to be able to have some scissors, and I don't think of any small scissors that work really well. I know that Fiskars makes some, and I have some of those. I just don't like the feel of those scissors, those ones. And the other ones that I'm thinking about, I just thought about that I could actually use, or I can try some Victorinox scissors to go with this, or to go with some kind of pliers like these. My other choice is to use a Roxxon M2. Now, the Roxxon M2 will have slightly larger plier heads and actually better scissors, but it's going to be a little bit bigger. What I know that it does fit inside the pouch. It makes the pouch just bulky inside my pocket. That's why, either get rid of something else that I have here, or I can carry this inside the pouch, or I can just keep carrying what I am going to carry. What's your suggestion? Just put your suggestions down in the comments and let me know. So this is now what I call a micro tool kit that I can take places, just do some really quick and interesting work on. Oh, I forgot to add, I do have this pry bar, and I forget where I got this pry bar from. It's just a straight edge one, but I'm using it more as a pry bar than any other thing at all, in case I need to pry something up. I could take this out because this has a pretty good pry bar in my estimation. This is Haku EDC, and I'll see you in the future.